It is said that there was a time when dinosaurs ruled the Earth, but then a huge explosion occurred that changed everything. Do you know how that explosion happened? The story begins long ago on a planet called Somaris. Here, a girl named Navia was standing on the beach, learning to whistle with her fingers in her mouth. Navia's parents, Mil and Alia, watched with smiling eyes. Then, Mil told his wife that he would be going on a 2-year space mission. "I'm worried about how to tell this to Navia," she said. The couple was a little worried, as Mil had never been away from home for such a long time. But he was doing all this to raise money for Navia's treatment, as she had a disease that was difficult to treat with limited funds. After this, Mil went to Navia and began teaching her to whistle. At that moment, Navia said, "I know you're going, and I'm the reason for that." Mil reassured her, saying, "I won't be gone for long. I'll be back soon." Together, they made many beautiful memories before the journey. After some time, Mil departed on his mission. Everything was going perfectly, but during the mission, while the entire crew was in deep cryo-sleep, Mil's spacecraft suddenly became trapped in an uncharted off-map asteroid belt. Large boulders tore through the spacecraft's hull. Mil awakened and tried to control the spacecraft, but the engines failed. The spacecraft broke into 2 pieces and began to be pulled by the gravity of an unknown planet. The spacecraft, engulfed in flames, crashed into a dense forest and swamp. Mil was knocked unconscious, while the rest of the passenger compartment was reduced to rubble. When Mil regains consciousness, the scene inside the spacecraft is horrific. Smoke and blood are everywhere. He manages to climb out and discovers that he is on a world where the flora and fauna are vast and different from those on Somaris. He uses his handheld scanner and finds that the air is rich in oxygen, but the atmosphere is also laden with toxic gases. He tries to call for help through his broken communication system, but hears only noise. He realizes that he has fallen into a corner of the universe with no way back. Mil watches recorded video messages from his daughter, Naevia, and sinks into a deep depression. He believes all the passengers accompanying him have died. He raises his gun to take his own life when he notices a sensor signal. He examines the wreckage and finds a cryopod buried in the mud. He opens it, and a girl named Koa emerges from inside. Koa is frightened and screams something in her own language, which Mil cannot understand. Mil discovers that Koa's parents were in the rear of the spacecraft, which broke apart and fell miles away during the crash. Mil tries to calm Koa down, but they have no language connection. Mil opens a holographic map and explains to Koa that the other part of the spacecraft, containing the escape shuttle, has crashed 12 kilometers away on the top of a high mountain. Mil realizes that Koa's parents are no longer alive, but to give Koa the courage to continue, he shows her on the map that her parents are waiting for her on the mountain. Koa agrees to go with Mil, hoping to meet her family. As their journey begins, they discover the brutality of this planet. They're crossing a vast swamp, where the depth of the mud is difficult to gauge. Suddenly, a strange rumbling comes from underwater. Mil becomes alert, but then a small but dangerous predator, a baby dinosaur, catches their eye. Mil fires his high-tech gun into the air to scare it away. They realize that death lurks behind every bush. Koa's foot gets stuck in the swamp, and she begins to drown. Mil risks his own life to pull her out of the mud. As night falls, darkness descends, and the temperature plummets. Mil and Koa take refuge in a narrow cave. Mil installs motion sensors around the cave to detect any approaching creature. In the stillness of the night, a roar from a large creature is heard in the distance, shaking the entire cave. Koa begins to cry, and Mil tries to calm her down by playing a tune made from shells, similar to the one his daughter Navia used to play. In this moment, their fears subside, and an unspoken bond begins to develop between them. The next morning, as they continue their journey, they encounter a group of raptors, small, cunning dinosaurs. These creatures are very agile and surround Mil. Mil attacks them one by one, keeping a close eye on his bullets. One raptor comes too close to Mil and injures her shoulder. Koa, frightened, hides behind a tree. But seeing Mil fall, she gathers courage and throws a stone to distract the dinosaur. Mil seizes the opportunity and kills the predator. While venturing further into the forest, a strange, poisonous insect bites Koa's hand. Within a short time, Koa's body turns pale, and she begins to struggle to breathe. Mil panics because his medical kit is limited. He takes Koa to a safe place and removes the insect that has burrowed inside her skin with a knife. Koa writhes in pain, but Mil refuses to give up. He gives her advanced medicine, which improves her condition, but Mil realizes that their time is running out. As they approach the mountain, Mil sees something strange in the sky. He scans the space with his scanner and is stunned. A massive asteroid is heading straight for Earth. This is the same historic event that wiped out the dinosaurs. Mil calculates that they have less than 24 hours to reach the mountain and leave the planet. As the asteroid approaches, the atmosphere begins to turbulent, volcanoes erupt, and earthquakes begin to occur. The suspense now is whether they will be able to reach the mountaintop before the cataclysm. Friends, I hope you are liking the video, so please subscribe to the channel and like the video, and yes, please do tell your loving name in the comment. Soon they reached a steep cliff where Mil helped the girl climb up and tie a rope. Koa then tied a rope to a large rock and threw it down down so Mill could climb up as well. Finally, they reached the missing part of the spaceship where Mill began searching for the emergency aircraft. He breathed a sigh of relief when he learned it was still working. Then he received a message that a rescue spaceship was heading towards them, which made him even happier. But Koa was not at all happy as she was searching for her parents, whom she could not find anywhere. She became angry at Mill for lying to her. The sky suddenly lit up as burning pieces of an asteroid pierced the dark sky. To comfort the grieving girl, Mill began talking to her about his daughter. He told Koa, "I came on this mission to earn money for her treatment, but despite that, she died." Although Koa didn't understand his words, she sensed Mill's pain and embraced him. At that very moment, a small piece of asteroid fell into the nearby forest, one of the fragments of the larger asteroid that was heading towards Earth. Seeing this, both of them panicked and quickly jumped into the emergency aircraft. As they prepared to take off, two meteoroids suddenly collided with the ship, causing the aircraft to plummet down the mountain. During this, Mill was knocked unconscious, and when Koa tried to take off, the system told him that the aircraft could not be launched in this position. Suddenly, a large dinosaur attacked their aircraft. Mill noticed his weapon lying outside, so he unbuckled his belt and ran outside to retrieve it. He tried to fire at the dinosaur, but his weapon wasn't activated. The situation worsened when a second dinosaur joined in the attack. Shortly after, the dinosaurs crushed the place where Mill was hiding, severely injuring him. He felt trapped and helpless. Then Koa picked up his device and began showing Navia a live projection. In the video, Navia spoke of how much she loved her father. Mill was overcome with emotion, while both dinosaurs, believing the life projection to be real, attacked him. Mill's gun was ready, and he blew up the first dinosaur in one fell swoop, but then the second dinosaur spotted Quan, who was operating the projector from the spaceship. He quickly advanced toward Quan, turning the spaceship around. Mill, with a continuous barrage of gunfire, killed the dinosaur, and now he was out of bullets. But the first dinosaur wasn't dead yet. He began chasing Mill. Mill also ran with all his might, and just as the dinosaur was about to kill him, suddenly, Quan struck the dinosaur in the eye with a sharp bone. The dinosaur groaned in pain, and then a jet of boiling water hit it, burning it to death instantly. The two breathed a sigh of relief and returned to the aircraft, taking off immediately. Within seconds, a massive asteroid struck Earth, causing a massive explosion that may have wiped out all the dinosaurs. This traumatic mission may have given Mill his daughter back in the form of a well. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel.